Hey Canucks fans, that was ugly. I'm Clay Emo. I'm at Canuck Clay on Twitter. I'm at Clayton Emo on Instagram. I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary postgame livestream, Thursday night, January the 21st, on a night where the Canadiens smoked the Canucks 7-3. While you're here, thanks for being here. We're gonna try and keep this. We're not going to sugarcoat it. That was bad. We can. I don't want to say we're going to intentionally be negative, but let's keep it clean. Let's keep it respectful. You can certainly express your frustrations, and I want to give you a place to do that. Not sure if we're going to go for 45 minutes, as I said in my second period intermission reflection, and Dan Murphy said the same thing on the TV. My mom taught me, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. So I'm not sure how long I'm going to be here, but no, just kidding. We'll go for at least 30 minutes, if not to the full 45. Right away, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Like this video if you haven't liked it. And again, this is always tricky because after a loss, a lot of people dislike these videos because they don't like the way the Canucks played. You do what you got to do. And no matter if you're watching from Steveston, the Steveston area where I live in Richmond, in the city, in the province, in the country, on the continent, or around the world, I appreciate you being here and I love it. Win or lose, we are here to chat Canucks. Now, I don't want to fall too behind in the comments, so I'm actually not going to read anything out from this point, from before this point, because there was a lot there. So I would say, starting now, I'm gonna go with questions only. It just makes it a little more manageable. And then if I have more time to fill, then I'll start reading some of your comments. Usually I do questions and or nice compliments to me or my channel. That's usually what I read out. So let's get going and let's start from right where I basically said we would start from. Aiden says, I don't like the way the Canucks played, but I like how you conduct business, Clay. Well, thank you, Aiden. I appreciate that. Andrew reminding us it's only game 6. Yeah, and I said the Canucks need to win 2 out of 3 from Montreal. They still have a chance to do so on Saturday night, but I'm not sure who's going to be playing on the blue line. Tayeb, why did Hughes keep falling? I noticed that. There was one shift where he fell 3 times. Okay, Oscar, you can go. Thank you. Jaskaran says, if this performance goes on by Demko all season and hope he has a good year, will you still predict Demko? I don't want to speculate right now, Jaskaran. I don't know. Just like Holtby didn't make a game-saving save yesterday, Demko definitely didn't make a game-saving save today. But they gave up 42 shots. So, yeah, save percentage wasn't great, but I don't think you can blame this game on Demko. But you do need to get a save from him once in a while for sure. So let's see what happens. But I hear what you're saying. Inferno says, Clay, being the GLCPC founder, how difficult was it to find positive takes in this one? It was pretty difficult. I did 3 in my post-game recap. Bo Horvat's 2 goals in the first period. I said Brandon Sutter's nice goal in the third period, although it didn't mean anything. And the penalty kill was actually 8 for 9. They granted that 9 was ballooned a little bit by Tyler Myers. I don't know what he was thinking tonight. And the fact that they let in that 1 late goal, but the penalty kill was 8 for 9, which is pretty good. So those were my 3. Those were my 3 kind of positive takeaways. Jasper says, Clay, how are you? What's your thoughts on Pettersson still being held off the score sheet and Demko's game? Demko was okay. It's not his fault we lost. Pettersson, I'm concerned with. Now, I'm getting more concerned. That's 6 games with only a point and a horrible giveaway, actually. That was the go-ahead goal for the Montreal Canadiens. Yeah, Oscar, I don't know if you're still in here. You can keep chatting, but I've hidden all your messages because it's okay if you want that in your life, but we don't need it on this channel. Drum, why does it look like Montreal is trying to injure the Canucks? I don't know about that. You're professional players. You got to try and I don't think Montreal's a dirty team, actually. Maybe these are fluky injuries. I don't know, but when you're not good on D or you're having trouble on D, you become easy picking. So maybe Edler, Hamnick, and Chatfield were in vulnerable positions. It's not their fault, but maybe just kind of a fluky thing. Peter Hughes, how many games do you think Myers will get suspended for? I don't know. I have a feeling it's going to be 2 games. I think it's going to be more than 1, but I don't think it's going to be crazy. So let's say maybe 2 games. Canuck Central, Clay, what's your thoughts on the defensive core? Who's going to be the top 6 defense if Edler, Myers, and Hamnick are out? Love the channel. Thank you, Canuck Central. I appreciate that. I think, wow, we're at actually almost 100 viewers on a loss. I'm surprised, actually. I got to check. Hold on a sec, you guys. I just got to fix one thing on here. I'm just noticing one thing on the channel. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I know this doesn't make for the best, but I just got to change one setting. I just noticed that was wrong. But to answer your question, if Chatfield is out with injury and if Myers is suspended, you could be looking at a defensive core on Saturday night of Hughes and Schmidt as your only bona fide NHLers. So Hughes and Schmidt, and then you go and Ben. Hopefully Ben's able to play because that will be a big one for sure. So you could see Hughes, whatever the pairings are, it's going to be Hughes, Schmidt, and Ben as your 3 bona fide NHLers. And then you go Juolevi, Rafferty, and maybe Rathbone. That's what it might be. And that is pretty crazy, to say the least. Well, we're over 100 people on here. Thank you for being on here, and we will see how positive we can keep this. Sorry about that. I just had to fix something real quick. Okay. Clay, what is wrong with the Canucks defense? They keep slacking. Drum, I don't know if they keep slacking. They keep getting hurt. And here's the thing. Even if they play okay in their own end, and I think, Chatfield was fine. I think before he got injured, I thought Juolevi played a good game. Rafferty struggled a bit. But it's one thing to play defense in your own end, but they also aren't good enough to create offense on the other end. So it makes our Lotto line, it makes Horvat and Höglander and Pearson, they have to work a lot harder than they usually would with good puck-moving defensemen. So I think that's where you're going to really see a difference. Mateo, I think you must be a friend of Jacob's, or you remember our Austin Matthews song from 5 years ago. Dexter, so Clay, what are your thoughts on Luke Hughes? Well, I don't want to go there yet. Is he supposed to be the number one, the consensus number 1 pick? What are your thoughts on Luke Hughes? I'll do more research on him for sure. Lefty, do you agree with me that Tyler Myers will be suspended for 2 games? Yeah, perfect, Lefty. I do agree with you because I did not see your message before I read. I gave my prediction. So yes, I think 2 games sounds right. Jasper, what do the Canucks need to do to improve, Clay? What would you do? It's so hard to say because they're going to be so shorthanded when it comes to their blue line. So I don't know what. I think when it comes to something like this, you just have to really keep it simple. You really have to simple, and you got to play really strong and disciplined in your own end, and just hope and pray that the offensive chances come. But when you're missing so many good blue liners, I'd put in McCune for Roussel. I might even try Eriksson. I would change things up front as well. Michael says, I'm not going to say anything. Do you agree with the call on Myers? Deal sauce, I do. I think that was a pretty dirty hit. Parker's Pucks, 50 more games to go. Can the livers of Canucks fans take it? Yeah, I don't drink, but I may start drinking, Parker. Also, hey Clay, what do we do now that Myers is gone for at least 2 games? Edler, Hamnick, Chatfield out. Who can we play? Serious question. Can we play Wu, or do you have to quarantine? Depends where he is right now. I don't know if he's been sent down yet. If he has been sent down, I think you go. Your next men up are Ben and Rathbone, not Jet Wu. Jasker, and why is Tyler Toffoli playing so good against us? I was thinking about this, and without sounding like I'm bitter, and Toffoli was good for us, but he wasn't amazing. Like, he was good during the end of the regular season, 10 points in 10 games. Then he was okay during the playoffs. He was fine. But I don't remember him being this dangerous with us when he was with us, nor when he was with the LA Kings for the last couple of years. So I'm not sure. That's kind of interesting. That is interesting. Rios, another comment on Luke Hughes. Luke, hey Clay, what happened to the Canucks parodies? I missed them. Luke, I still do 3 or 4 a year, and I did 2 during the playoffs, and then I did 1 around Christmas time before the season started with Marie. So if the Canucks make the playoffs, or maybe if they need a pick-me-up halfway through the season, we might be in line for another one, but I still do 2 or 3 a year. But thank you, Luke, for that. I appreciate that. Mateo, hey Clay, what happened tonight? That was rough. I think we can bounce back, though. Yeah, I hope so too. Wow, we have 130 people in here. You guys are all, or I guess misery loves company is the way I'm going to say it. Hockey Soccer 88. Hey, Clay, can we see your little son? Hockey Soccer, I presume, I saw your comments from earlier. I presume you know Jacob from school. Not sure who you are, but no, he will not be coming down tonight, especially if you call him little son. Riley, do you think the Canucks can make the playoffs, Clay? I do, and I'm not gonna waver on my prediction. But at the start of the season, I said they would finish third in the North. It might take a bit of work, but we'll see. Manpreet, I miss Markey. Do you think we can bounce back? I do, Mateo. Manpreet, I miss Markey. Felt so much better when he was in net. Yes, Markey can actually steal games. Holtby and Demko haven't stolen games yet. Spencer, season is, that's a good point. In 6 games in 56, that means the season is 10% done already. That's pretty crazy when you think about that. Maestro, do you think Jim Benning will try to get Trampkin back in Vancouver? I don't think so. Everyone who knows me and has seen this channel knows that I'm not the biggest Trampkin fan. And even there were some comments today from his agent kind of hinting that Vancouver had his chance. So I would not be surprised if he does not come back. By the way, I just noticed the $1 donation, but it happened way earlier. I don't know who it was. So whoever it was, thank you. That is very kind of you. I appreciate your generosity. Fangirl says, hey, Clay, thanks for still keeping the live stream upbeat even after loss. Trying my best. And remember, as much as I love this team, I still do recognize that this is still a game. This is still a game. It's a game. It's a team that I love. I spend a lot of time, energy, and money on. But I'm not going to be stomping around being all grumpy at work tomorrow. It's not like that. Canuck Central, on the positive side, I think it's time to look at bringing in Little Things Louie. Love the channel, Clay. I always say this, but keep up the great work. Thank you, Canuck Central. I really appreciate that. Ray Bro, do you think that there's going to be some line changes? As a hockey fan, I see some good things at the power play and some bad things. Well, a lot of bad things. And yeah, you could see that Travis Green was trying to juggle his lines a bit, but you can only do so much because you got to keep 5 of those top 6 getting the most of the minutes in Pettersson, Besser, Miller, Horvat, and Pearson. Hoglander got an assist. Cool is first assist. But he's got a bit to do, but I do like how tough he plays and he doesn't give up along the boards. That's for sure. Tommy, how many games for Myers? I think it's going to be 2. Lefty all around agrees with me. Sonny says it's a big crowd. Yeah, 130 people for a loss. Do you think we can bounce back? Yes, Mateo, we do. I do. Jaskran says, you know that Horvat is the leading goal scorer in the NHL? I saw that stat tonight. If you could bring back one defunct NHL team, which one would you bring back? Ooh, defunct. Well, a lot of the teams, they're new teams, right? Colorado's the old Quebec. Carolina's the old Hartford. So, but I presume it could be a new team from scratch. Seattle's coming in, yeah, but a defunct team. I think a team in Quebec would be great. Add another Canadian team, and then we would have 8 teams instead of 7 in the North Division. I think a natural rival for Montreal would be cool in Quebec City once again. Maxwell, so what happened tonight? We're talking about it a lot, but I think it's hard to mask the defensive deficiencies. Tayeb, who do you see the Canucks acquiring this offseason since quite a few players' contracts are done? They may not have a lot of room to acquire if they got to up Pettersson and Hughes, so that's tough to say. Tayeb, let's talk about that closer to the end of the season. Mateo, thought of Besser's performance? I thought he was okay. He wasn't great. I thought he was okay. Do you think the Canucks need to call up someone to replace Beagle? Drummond, no, they put too much value in Beagle's penalty killing and his face-off. So I'm not sure if you replace him, maybe maybe very temporarily, but no, I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be permanent for sure. Hockey, soccer, Clay, what are your thoughts on the Myers hit? I talked about that already. Mateo, Clay, do you like the Leafs? No, but I don't dislike them. I don't hate them because they're Toronto, but they're not my favorite team. Luke, also 1 pick away. A bunch of Jacob's friends in here, I think. Noah, hey, Clay, hope you had a great day. Is Benning going to come in next game then? I believe so. He's got to clear all the proper protocols, and the Canucks obviously need him as an experienced defenseman. What are your thoughts on Horvat and Pettersson trading lines? I do not. I'm okay. Actually, Pettersson and Pearson doesn't seem to work for me, and I definitely don't like Virtanen up there. Keep Virtanen away from Petey. Virtanen simply does not have the hockey IQ and the ability to keep up with Petey, and I think it's just going to frustrate Pettersson even more. Hot take, hey John, hey Clay. Honestly, I'm not a Canucks fan, but I'm ready to say bye to Myers on behalf of Nucks Nation. Yeah, people aren't happy with them today, and $6 million a year for a few more years. Mateo says, you are good at piano. Well, thank you. What grade are you? I only got up to grade 6, and then I just learned on my own after that, but thank you. Peter Hughes, do you think Horvat will have a chance at winning the Maurice Rocket Richard Trophy? Scoring a lot of goals and led last season's playoff in goals in the second round. He has a chance. I don't think he's going to win it. I'm not sure if the Canucks are going to score enough goals overall and be a good enough team, but he's really hit a stride in the last half a year or so. That'll be amazing to see. Mateo says, you inspire me to be a Canucks fan. That's awesome, Mateo, but create your own fandom for sure. Spencer, I like that. The taxi squad becomes the squad. Yeah, take out the word taxi. That's excellent. Xavier, what do you think about the Myers hit? I talked about it. I think it'll be 2 games suspension. Maxwell says, what needs to change? I think they got to play simple and confident. And you got to tinker with their lineup a little bit. Whatever it's doing right now is not working. Maestro, which player would you sacrifice to bring in defensemen? Sounds like we're like a religious altar sacrifice. But if you're talking about trading someone to bring in a defenseman, I don't know. We're trading from a position of weakness right now. Which player would you sacrifice? If you need quality, you're gonna have to. If you want quality defenseman, you're gonna have to give up a top 6 player or a prospect. I don't want to touch Höglander, put Coles in. I don't know. That's a really good question. I have to come back to that one. Neil, what's your take, Clay? I'm honestly lost what this team is playing right now. Yesterday, they were probably lucky to get that win, but it was exciting. I'm not writing them off yet. I'm not. They're 2-4. They're not 0-6. They're not 2-8. They're 2-4. If they can win on Saturday, they're 3-4, and they just got to take 2 out of 3 from Ottawa, and then we're 5-5 after 10. I'll be right in the thick of things. Let's not get too high with the highs and think we're the best team ever, but let's not get too low with the lows and think we're the worst team ever. But tonight was rough. Jaskran, will there be lineup changes on Saturday? I expect Ben and Rathbone to come in, and I also expect Zach McEwen to come in for either Roussel or Virtanen because those guys aren't doing anything right now. Canucks Central, not sure if you do this, Clay, but I've been a loyal subscriber for years and I'm always a positive Canucks fan. Any chance you'd like me to be a mod for the live streams? Canucks Central, I would love that. I know there's a few other people that have been here before. By the way, I just saw the donation from Nucks fan number 29, $5. Thank you. That is very kind of you, Nucks fan. I appreciate that. And I appreciate your loyalty. Yeah, so there are people like Nucks fan, people like Rios, like Dexter, like Arso, like Fangirl Gaming, like you Canucks Central that are in here consistently. And thankfully, like today was the first person I've had to ban from my channel because it's kind of goofy. But thankfully, I haven't had to have mods because generally, and I think it's a testament to you as people that I interact with. It's been quite mature in the chat, and I haven't had it. But yes, I would love to. Oh, wow! I just saw that. I just saw something pop up on the stream, which was cool. Because I know I've been having problems with the widgets. If that was the donation, thanks again, Nux fan. But to answer your question, if I need mods, I know that there are many of you that I can go to. But so far, I haven't really needed them, despite that these streams are growing. Funny Monkey, I appreciate the donation. If there wasn't a donation, I might ban that message. I love your content, but can your son make OnlyFans? Okay, I know a little bit about that website, but thank you for the donation. So I feel like I do have to read your comment out. Okay, but maybe I will need mods after all. But thank you, Canuck Central. Harshan says, where is Luke Hughes going to go in the draft? I don't know. I don't know enough about prospects. Wow, I make more money when the Canucks lose. Maybe you guys are feeling sorry for me or something. So, but thank you. That's a good question. I don't know about that. Oh, I hear another thing. Yes, that's the funny monkey. I'll have to do some research on the prospects and get back to you, but thank you. Will they win Saturday, Maxwell? I sure hope so. Riley, do you have a favorite Canucks logo? Yeah, the stick and rink, the one on the back of the shirt. Oh, I don't know if you can see it. Oh yeah, not the stick and rink. Sorry, the flying skate. I like the flying skate more recently, and I like the stick and rink. Those are my two favorite. But I love my Hughes flying skate jersey. That's my favorite one. Mateo, I was bleeding blue as I came out the womb. Well, I hope you got checked out with that. Nuck649, what is wrong with the Canucks? Lack of defensive depth, lack of offensive push, but that comes from defensive depth. Goaltenders not making massive saves just yet. Luke says, hey, Clay, wondering what your opinion is where the Canucks will finish in the Canadian division. I said at the start of the season that they will finish third, and I can't just change my prediction because of 6 games, so I got to stick with that. Rob, hi, hot take, great stream tonight. It was always within 5 seconds on my... Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. John is doing some amazing stuff. A lot of compliments in here. Thanks, you guys. A bunch of new people in here, so make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Not sure if all you guys are friends of my son, Jacob. There's been some references, both kind of subtle and not so subtle, to my son, Jake. So maybe some of you guys are Jacob's friends for sure in high school. Rob, hey, Clay, do you think Hughes' skating has gotten worse since last year? He looked like he was falling a lot the last few games. I do notice he was falling a lot tonight. I think he was trying to get stronger. So I don't know if it's made his skating worse, but maybe the Rogers Arena ice isn't that good. I don't remember him falling so much in Calgary and Edmonton. We know that the ice in Edmonton is among the best in the league, and the ice in Vancouver is among the worst in the league. Meister, do you think the Canucks will do a trade to improve their blue line? I don't know. They may have to, but I'm not sure what they have in terms of assets to give up. Mateo, do you play Warzone? Nope. Do the Canucks want Marincin? I don't know. Is he good, John? Let me know. How many breakaways is that for Montreal? Too many. Too many. When will Hamonic be back? He's gone for at least 7 days. That's the minimum. What about Pierre-Luc Dubois getting benched? Yeah, he only played 3 minutes. That was pretty embarrassing. Love the content. Thanks, Luke. Michael, how long will Tyler Myers be suspended for? My guess is 2 games. Who's going to finish last in the North? At the start of the year, I said Ottawa. At the start of the year. If PD plays like this the entire season, what do you think his next contract will be like? Oh gosh, if he plays like this, that means he would have 6 points on the season, which is pretty bad. Then I don't know if he gets even close to, but he's not going to play like this. But yeah, maybe he's not the $8, $9, $10 million man that people were saying in the offseason. He still has a lot of time to turn it around. What is with Pettersson? Hasn't scored this season. Yeah, he's there's something. Yeah, I keep wanting to say that he's going to break out, but we haven't seen it yet. Avash, do you think we need to trade for a defenseman? We may have to, but that's going to be a tough trade to pull off. 130 people in here to vent. Yeah, we're up to 160 people now. People must be really upset. No other Canucks came to play tonight except Bo. Thoughts, Clay? Horvat was good. I thought Miller was okay. Harshen says, where's Luke Hughes going to go in the draft? I don't know. I don't know enough about him, to be honest with you. Why so many defensive breakdowns? Is Green too light on the guys? No, Jazz. I think the defensive breakdowns, it's because there's inexperience right there, and Hamonic and Schmidt learning our systems as well. Any trade Canucks could do? I don't know, Maxwell. They're not dealing from a position of strength. Didn't Demko steal games during the playoffs? He was amazing for 3 games. He was dialed in. Practical Guy, Clay, you need to sing a parody with Maria about our bad defense. Make it the blues genre and be sure to include a lyric about Myers penalties. Practical Guy, thank you for the suggestion. Wow, 170 people in here. Thank you for the suggestion, but in general, I don't do parodies on negative. I try and make it positive and not inspire or uplift the Canucks. They don't watch my video. Well, actually, a couple of them do, but rather for the fans, I try and make it more positive. Hey, Clay, you think there's an issue with coaching? Positionally and decision-making is the start of the season. No, Anthony, I think Travis Green is a good coach. He showed it in the playoffs. I think it's just an uncharacteristic bad start. It doesn't help with all the injuries. How are we letting them score so easily? It's answered by 2 comments below. Everyone's forgetting that half our D-men are new in the lineup. Yeah, we were playing Chatfield. That was the second game. Ulevi's is like his 6th game. And Rafferty, that was his first game. It's so crazy. Okay, I better speed up a little bit. I'm trying to do questions only, but I fell behind. I always fall behind. Samuel, how many games? 2 games, I think, for Myers. What do you think about Montreal this year? They got a lot of offensive firepower, for sure. I don't think they're that strong defensively just yet, but they definitely got guys that can score. I know a lot of people are talking about they don't have a lot of high-end talent, but they got a lot of pretty good talent in Suzuki, Drouin, Anderson, Toffoli, of course, Deneau, Gallagher. They're good. Also, Clay, to be honest, Mateo, thoughts on Matthews and Marner? They'll be fine. I don't follow the Leafs that much, but they're good players. Also, Clay, to be honest, this is how our D looked like last year. Markstrom was just there to bail us out. Now that he's gone, we see our defensive game is not close to good enough yet. Markstrom was a difference maker for sure. Darren says, what on earth is Myers doing? Yeah, that was a bit of a brain cramp there. Will the stream be delayed when you... Oh, good question, fangirl. So I'm going to go to a game a week from tonight, the Ottawa game with Marie. Will the live stream be delayed? Yeah, I'm either not going to do one because I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to set up in Rogers Arena and do... Actually, that would be kind of cool, actually, if I did my live stream from Rogers Arena. But I'm sure they'll kick me out. And, depending if I go out for a drink with Marie or we go for a walk or one of us drives the other one home or I hang out with her. I don't know if I'm going to do a live stream or maybe I just set it for really late, like at 10:30 or 11 once I get home from the game and then we come on for half an hour just for everyone's around. That's probably more realistic. When do you think Julevi will score his first goal? Noah, so tough to say. Let's say in game number 22. It's just a guess. Clay dropping that like. Thank you. Isles go, Hey Kim, your Islanders are doing well. I actually picked up Varlamov in one of my pools. I dropped Tristan Jarry for him, so I hope he keeps it up. And nice to see you in here. 2 games for Myers. Do you see Hoglander end up getting big time minutes? If he keeps up his effort, yeah, I do. Still has a lot to learn, but I think he's doing okay. No, Justin, it hasn't been asked yet, and no, I don't think we dress a forward as a D-man. We keep rolling through our current D-men for sure. Oh, I heard a buzz. Wow, $5.49. I almost said $5.49. I'm off my game too. $5.49 from Tyler. Thank you, Tyler. That is wonderful. Wow, it's cool that the actual widgets do work. There you see Horvat celebrating because I got another $5 donation. Thanks, you guys. It's weird. I'm making more money, like I said, when the Canucks lose, but I appreciate that. Certainly not expected, but thank you. Thank you. When do you think there will be a newer Canadian team in the NHL? Jaskrin, I think they're done with expansion now. Seattle makes it 32. Nice even number dividable by 8, right? For playoffs divided by 4. Unless a team relocates like a Florida or Arizona to somewhere like Quebec. I think Quebec would be the next best shot. Really appreciate Kim and John and anyone from other time zones being in here as well. Justin Clay, you happy to see Demko play the puck to the corner near the last seconds of the first rather than freezing? I know you brought it up last stream. Yes, I did, Justin. I actually tweeted about it, and Dexter actually replied to that tweet saying, I knew you were going to say that. I thought that was a good, smart play. Tayeb, where's Marcus Granlund? I think he's playing overseas now. Gustavo, they're talking on Sportsnet 650 that players like Hughes and Pettersson are trying more to score points for themselves than playing for the team. What are your thoughts? I don't know about that. That seems a little bit of a stretch to me. I just think that they're not playing with a lot of confidence right now. David says, hey, Canuck Cray, do you like Montreal Canadiens? Not really, and has nothing to do with these two games. They're not one of my favorite teams. Hot take. Marincin for Virtanen. That's a steal. Okay, I'll do that. Yo, Montreal fan here. Yo, Montreal fan, LeGrand Doudou. What do you think of Myers' hit on Armia? Didn't like it. I think he should get 2 games. Clay, will Vancouver sign number 40? Of course, Crystal, they will. If Travis Green doesn't make the playoffs, do you think he's getting the contract extension? Maestro, I think they're gonna announce that extension before we know if they're in the playoffs, to be honest with you. Luke says, where the Canucks finish? I've always said 3rd. Jastran, didn't we sign Myers for 5 years? You got it. Brandon says, Pettersson isn't playing so good and Demko not the same from what we saw in the playoffs. Thoughts? Yeah, I don't disagree with you there. What do you think of PD's play so far? Asked Ash. Not good. I think he'd be the first to admit it. And it was his bad giveaway. That was the go-ahead goal. Noah, hey Clay, if Myers does get suspended, who do you think will fill his spot since Ben has to fill in Chatfield's spot? Then I think you're looking at Rathbone. What happened to Chatfield? I don't know. Is Travis Green going to get an extension, Michael? I still think he will. People on Canucks Reddit are talking about Louis Eriksson stepping onto the D. Thoughts on this? He's an experienced, high-paid player. Yeah, I don't know. I'd rather have Rathbone back there making his debut than Louis trying to play D. Riley, I enjoy your videos. Keep it up from a Jets, Golden Knights, Hurricanes, and Predators fan from California. Well, Riley, I'm glad you like all those teams. And thank you for the kind words. Do you think Canucks can bounce back? I do, Samuel. What are your thoughts on the Myers hit? I've talked about that already. McPlays. I think he's going to get 2 games. Lucas says, what are your thoughts on pulling on Eagles? If you're talking about tanking, never believe in it, never will. It doesn't work, and it's not good for the guys in the room. Stevie Wonder says, hey, new to the channel, love your insight so far. So I trust that you're only listening to me than actually seeing all these comments. But thank you, Stevie, for that. Thoughts on Virtanen, Clay? Luke, he is being wildly ineffective. I just saw I saw a $2.79 donation from Stevie Wonder. Thank you. And then a $10 donation from So How You Doing. Thank you, guys. Really appreciate the very kind donations. And yes, I'm not as cool as every other live streamer that will say dono hype, but thank you for that, Ray Bro, for putting that in. And thank you for your guys' donations. You're making me feel better, but you certainly don't have to donate for sure. But I appreciate that. Thank you. What happened with the person you banned? I don't think I paid attention to that. If you don't mind me telling what happened. Well, he just put stupid comments repeatedly, so I didn't even give him a chance. I don't have time for that stuff. So I just banned him. It's kind of weird power that you have, and I'm not even using mods yet, but I may have to eventually. Stevie, there is your need for mods. There you go. Okay, I better speed up a little bit. Do you think Canucks can bounce back? Yes. So if it's a question that I've already answered, I won't even read it out again, but thank you. Thank you. Hot take. The donation alerts work. It's the sub alerts that don't work. John, thanks for that. I appreciate you, my Streamlabs coach. It's because I rarely get donations, so I didn't think those were working either. So thanks for that. And for the last time, and it's not anyone's fault, it's because I'm 12 minutes behind on the comments. Yes, I think Myers will be suspended for 2 games. Infinite complacency. Hey, Clay, it's a small sample size, but given the history and the price of contracts, how does Benning justify the signing of Virtanen over Toffoli? I don't think you can look at it in a vacuum as just Virtanen versus Toffoli. There are some other factors at play, but no, it does not look good right now, admittedly. And Lefty, I know you will be a good mod. Yeah, there's a lot of people that I think in here would be really good mods, but thank you. We should give the team a chance and not go too hard on the Clay. Well, Arso, I think we can have high expectations given what they accomplished in the playoffs, but I'm willing to give them a couple more games as well. And Lefty says, your chat is pretty cool 99.9% of the time. Yeah, just like me. Cool 99.9% of the time. Tyler, I don't even know what you're asking, talking about who all those people are. Sonny, what is OnlyFans? I won't talk about it. You just look it up and then erase your browsing history. Reg, who starts next game? Hope you're Demko. I think, or Reg, I think no matter what happened tonight, unless Demko got a shutout, I thought it was going to be Holtby. I think you go with Holtby. He's the one that got you the win. And you got to treat this as a series, right? You got to take 2 out of 3 from Montreal. Remember, we beat Montreal on Saturday night, even with a shortened lineup, depleted lineup, then everything is okay in the world. We're only 1 game behind, under 500, and we take the series from Montreal. That's kind of, so that's the thing, right? You can't get too high with the highs, you can't get too low with the lows, but you got to look at these as series of games. So if we can win the series, take 2 out of 3, then that's a success. Stevie, what is wrong with Pettersson? I've talked about that a couple times already. I think it's a confidence thing. Do you think Green is fired if the Canucks don't make the playoffs? No, Darren. Well, unless they finish like 10-46, I don't think he'll be fired because you can only do so much with the players that you have. I think Benning would get fired over Green. That's just my humble opinion. I'm not saying that that's going to happen. Brandon, PD not playing good at all. Demko is trying, but not the same goal you saw in the playoffs. Yeah, they're both not playing up to their potential. Josh Grant, would you take a 7th round for Beagle or Sutter? I would just get rid of Cap. I would too. Nick's not sure about PD. Jazz says, I'm your age or older. Well, I'm 46. People asking about Pettersson. Steve Highclay, Benning must be kicking himself for not signing Toffoli. What do you think? Tough to say. Yeah, it doesn't look good right now, for sure, especially in our home arena. But let's see how the season plays out. But yeah, I think it doesn't look good right now. PD trade? No, never. Aiden, as a Canucks fan, you want PD to do well, but as an owner GM, would you want him to have an off year so that his contract extension is less next year? Yes and no, Aiden. I think that's kind of short-term thinking. I'm not saying that you're being small-minded or anything like that. I don't think they're going to look at it that way. And I'm sure they don't think the agent's going to allow them to look at it that way. What's wrong with Hammer? Was it when Kachuk fell on his head? I don't know, actually. They're saying upper body. Oh, yeah, hockey, soccer. I'm going to give you one more chance. And yes, maybe we do need mods because I'm going to give you one more chance. And then I'm either going to put you in timeout or just boot you off of this channel. Justin, Clay, you happy to see Garrett with natural hair color? I'm not body image shame, but I'm also 100% in favor. Yeah, he's obviously happy with his flow and confident enough in the way he looks. And I'm going to be like that soon if my hair doesn't fall out before that. Also, Clay, I don't think his skating has gotten worse. I just think he's fatigued. He's getting huge minutes and teams are keying in on him. Yeah, that's a good point. And we saw a bit of that in the playoffs too. You're talking about Quinn Hughes, right? That's good. That's a good point. Any word on Chatfield? No, Jazz. I haven't heard a thing yet. Nuck says, yeah, we need mods. Yeah, no, I'm going to start thinking about that for sure. Peter Hughes. Matt Sakaris tweeted that Myers might escape suspension. Oh, that's interesting. Nick says, hey, will Benning get fired if the Canucks miss the playoffs? I think Benning would get fired over Green. That's just my gut feeling. What happened to Demko? Did Ian Clark do something? Jaskran, I think it's just he was in a zone right now, and he had different players in front of him. And I think he has to find that zone still. Stevie says they aren't even passing to PD on the power play. No faith in him. Yeah, but they're having a lot of success on the other side of the ice, for sure. For sure. Okay, guys, I'm going to skim through the rest because I want to end this in the next 5 minutes. Pettersson to the second line with Horvat moving up first line. Clay, no, I don't think so. I think you want to keep the combinations how they are. For sure. Yes, we did acquire Braden Holtby between the pipes. I know Mateo much watch all my parody songs. Thank you for that throwback. Notice how Demko's allowed more than 4 goals. Yeah, I've noticed. I think we've all noticed. Oliver, sort of new to the channel. Thank you. I think Roussel had a pretty good game. Why do you think that McEwen should replace him? I think overall Roussel has been ineffective over the first 6 games. He only played 7 minutes yesterday. I didn't notice him much tonight. I appreciate that feedback, Oliver, and I appreciate your opinion. But I think you make a change, and you can't take out a center. So I think Roussel or Virtanen are your replacements. Maestro says late stream I'll be down. Maybe that's next week. That's awesome. Brandon, I've talked about PD and Demko. I know I'm 10 minutes behind, but you can start. Actually, I'm more than 10 minutes behind now. Just hope you have a no movement clause. That's a good question. Making him protected. No. He cannot be. He does not have to be protected from the expansion draft. Devontae, fire Travis Green and hire Bruce Boudreau. No, I don't think they're going to fire Travis Green. My nephew Nathan is in here. Hey Nathan, go to bed. Noah says, hey Clay, are you much of an Xbox guy? Nope, I just play NHL. That's it. And this stinks, but I'm never going to catch up tonight because you guys, it's awesome. There's 150 people in here, and I'm very ambitious to trying to read all the comments. Maybe I need to be more ruthless. So I'm actually going to skip all the way to the bottom now. And I apologize if I didn't get to your comments. But as I'm scrolling, I see the donations. I want to thank Nux Fan for his $5 donation. Funky Monkey for his $2. Appreciate that. Then I see Tyler Byers with a $5 donation, $5.50. And then Stevie Wonder with $2.79. And then How You Doing with $10. I appreciate all those donations. Very, very kind of you. I'm going to skip to the bottom now and just see a couple more. Yeah, I thought I'd only go for 30 minutes. I was actually thinking, and I was joking about this yesterday, I could go 45 minutes for a win and 30 minutes for a loss. Then I thought, what if I only live stream after a win? But then I thought, no, that I don't want to just do that only when the Canucks win. We might not be live streaming that much. Or then I thought maybe an hour for a win and 45 minutes for a loss. So we'll see. But I think if I stick to 45, generally, give or take a couple minutes, I think that's a good target. So I skipped all the way to the bottom. So how you doing? Thanks, Clay, for everything. Love you and your family. Great guy. Appreciate what you do on here. Hopefully you give the donation to a good cause. I'm going to do the same myself one day. So how you doing? Thank you for that. Yeah, respectfully, I don't need the money from a standpoint of we're doing okay, but I will make sure that the money goes to a proper place for sure. Richard, I think, fell asleep on his keyboard, but that's okay. Sonny says Clay is a savage. Does that mean because I skipped about 50 minutes of comments? It's a weird power just running your own live stream. It's kind of cool. Last couple. Also, Clay, would you rather have our defensive situation right now or Edmonton goaltending situation? I do not want Edmonton's goaltending. But we'll see. Noah, Clay, are you much of a Whitecaps fan or Lions fan? Whitecaps only because of Marie Huey. Lions fan, yes. Ever since I was young, just like Canucks. All right, how can we come back from this, Clay? Got to play solid in our own end, keep it simple, and I don't know if we should take chances. We just got to add some urgency to our game. Nick, Clay, if you only live stream after wins, we wouldn't be here very often. Yeah, so far we would only have done 2 games. Patrick says your live stream is therapy after a loss. Well, thank you. Free. And it's free too. That's the best. Nux, Clay, do you know that we could have chosen Fiala in the 2014 draft? I know we could have chosen a lot of people in that 2014 draft. Mateo says, how many games have you been to? Well, I've been a season ticket holder for 10 years. I go to about 10 to 15 minutes. 10 to 15 games a year. So I would say I've gone to at least 100 games in my life. Very blessed that way. All right, you guys. Oh, and Shy Jetty. Oh, there's a name I haven't seen in a while. What a loss. First time tuning in after a while. I like the new setup. Thank you, Shy. I appreciate it. Yes, new webcam, new microphone, which I think is the most important thing, and then widgets that work sometimes, and then my socials. Okay, it's 44 minutes in. I think this is a good chance to bounce. So thank you, everyone. I want to thank everyone for donating tonight. That was very kind of you. I want to thank the unnamed person for making me ban my first ever person on this channel. Thank you for your offers for mods. I may take you up on that as the season progresses. And most importantly, thank you for being passionate Canucks fans. Win or lose, we are here. We are talking about the team. We want them to succeed. We are not having our blinders on. We're trying to be as realistic, but moderation is key. Don't get too high with the highs and don't get too low with the lows. That's why I was in a good mood last night, but I wasn't over the moon. And tonight, I'm not depressed. I'm not sad. I'm going to go hang out with my family, get ready for work tomorrow, and tomorrow is another day. So, Canucks fans, thanks for being here. Before you leave, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Daily content, sometimes 2 or 3 videos a day, and post-game live streams whenever I'm able to. So I appreciate all of you being here. Give this video a like before you leave. It's at 70. There's 135 of you on here. Let's try and get that close to 100. I always like when the likes get close to 100. It always makes me feel good. And most importantly, keep your heads up, Canucks fans. We're okay. We're okay. The sun's going to come up tomorrow. We have a chance to win on Saturday night and take the series 2 out of 3. And then we creep to 1 game within 500 once again. So once again, thanks for being here. Thanks for the donations. Thanks for the wonderful comments. And thanks for 99.9% of you being smart in the comments and not being a total doofus. All right, there we go. There's the first time I used the word doofus in a long time. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. And you have my word, I will go back and read every single comment that you guys leave, even if I can't read them here during the stream. All right, friends, I'll see you on Saturday night. Until then, take care. God bless, and go Canucks go.